Yeah. Even though you feel defeated, your mind is weakened, cause I promise you can rise. Even though the sun ain't shining, the time is ticking, better days will arrive. I had to find a light, I strive in life, dividing heights, I combine the right. This material is superior, it's a fear and flow, cause they know I'm led by something, that's why I'm spiritual. We can rise. Holla, I bet this sight can make you throw up. Holla, 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 I bet this sight can make you throw up. Yeah, but it's a beautiful struggle.
So the mission of the Texas Black Expo is to strengthen businesses, inspire youth, and build better lives.
Come on, y'all better make some noise for the ninth wonder of the world. The pride of the Lone State, the ocean of soul marching band. Okay, here we go.
With the purpose. In conjunction with that, we're also providing other opportunities for you here at TSU.
As a communication professional, working with Tom Joyner was a complete joy. We always enjoy working with the media and figuring out how we can utilize the media to further our messages. The relationship with him came about through our partnership with Radio One. Radio One is the radio group that we were leveraging for different ad buys, and we went to them and said, hey, this is an important program, 25,000 people from across the state attend. How can you help us keep that going and make our message stronger? Tom Joyner's morning show is on Radio One stations across the nation, and they said, we think a partnership with Tom Joyner would be great.
The luncheon was really just an amazing success. If you've been in the past, we've had varying levels of success, but to see the room jam-packed, I mean the ambiance, the decor, you had a myriad of many of the state's top business and political leaders. I mean, it was so many times when we think of Juneteenth and the history that comes with it, we think of what we were freed from and not what we were freed to. We were freed to own our own businesses. We were freed to run for office. We were freed to build our own community. So at that luncheon, I felt like you saw a representation of all of that. You had, like I say, the top business leaders, political leaders. I mean, it was just a great display of what the African American community is about and what Texas Black Expo is about.
This is the first year we had a kickoff event called Black Friday, and that was held the Friday before the trade show started at the George R. Brown. We had it at House of Blues. It was a funky, fun environment. We enlisted two DJs, two classic DJs that everybody loves to rock to, Biz Markie and Kid Capri. From the beginning, it was always planned that Biz Markie would play in the foundation room, which served as the VIP room for the party. It's where our sponsors hung out, as well as our other exclusive guests. In the main hall, which was for general ticket holders, is where Kid Capri was DJ. Both DJs, again, awesome in their own right. Well, as the night started to progress, we learned that many of the people in the audience in the main room wanted to hear Biz Markie, and in fact thought they were buying tickets to hear Biz Markie. That could have become a much bigger issue, but instead of saying, sorry, he's in VIP, we decided to find a way to make it work. Yes, it made things a little more stressful for us, but it was about the audience and it made it more beneficial for them. So what we did, we simply asked Biz Markie, hey, could you break down for us and move to the main hall? Again, it took a lot of legwork, but we made it happen, and at the end of the night, everybody had a good time, and they got to hear Kid Capri as well as Biz Markie.
My favorite experience was probably the House of Blues concert, because it was really cool to be backstage at the House of Blues and to see how everything worked, since I really am into like music and I want to get into like the more music PR stuff. So I thought that was really cool.
I was in Houston for a minute, now I'm back in town. Yeah, I said I was in Houston for a minute, now I'm back in town.
And I'm out here campaigning with Wells Fargo. They're doing a campaign that all American history is African American history. So we're out here at the Black Expo telling people to share their personal untold stories. So we have a story to tell. Come out and check us out. Thanks.
Absolutely. Remember, my name is Alicia Miles. Stood silently, try not to breathe. Capture each essence, moments, photographing my screen. Faces, plays out, mystical meanings. Push to stop and tell you what this means. Something break down into the depths of my despair.
I'm a slave.
And I'm also the agreement. We can speak about agreement.
first 10 years, Texas Black Expo was founded by myself and Dr. Shannon Cormier, and she kind of moved on to Atlanta and is kind of doing her own thing. So therefore, it was incumbent upon me to kind of put together a new team and a new staff. So we hired a firm called Edge Communication.
My name's Tony Harrison. I am the president and CEO of Edged Communication. Edged is an integrated public relations and communication firm. So what that means is we sort of do it all. We handle celebrity relations, event planning, and experiential engagement, i.e. what are people going to do and experience while they're at an event. We also specialize in social media and media relations. So online campaigns around social media via the different platforms, whether that's Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, even Pinterest, as well as traditional media relations, interviewing with local news stations, interviewing with CNN or MSNBC, or getting on the cover of a magazine. We handle all of those components and make sure they're working together. It used to be in the marketing and communication realm that everything was separate. Advertising was held by someone, public relations was held by someone else, speech writing was held by someone else, and then there was a separate team for event planning altogether. Well, with the influx of social media and just the way media is more easily accessible now, all of those things must work together and they must blend properly. So we specialize in bringing an approach to each and every client that takes all of those into account, all of those different deliverables, and comes up with a perfect strategy to make sure we're engaging via all channels. So many different management teams and personalities. So you really, really have to try and make sure you're as organized as you can to avoid unnecessary stress. There's going to be stress. There's no way around it. There's no way to make everything work perfectly because there's just too much going on at once. But I think we're doing good. We're running around, but everybody else seems to be enjoying it, and that's the purpose. That's the point.
I've been sitting down there.
I asked him to bring that up hours ago.
Okay, okay, let me go ask somebody to bring it.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a walkie-talkie. Who has a walkie-talkie? You got, Carrie, you got your walkie-talkie?
You wanted a mirror.
Well, that's what I did. And then that's what happened.
No.
Well, but then if you turn the flash off, then your phone is like in the picture or whatever. It looks weird.
Don't do the mirror, though. Text me the whole night. That you just say. All right. It's hard. I like when I see old people doing selfies. I like selfie the jumping shark. You see people grandmas doing it.
Yeah, I knew it was time for me to get off Facebook when my dad got on it. Oh, not yet. He's 74, so I knew it was time for me.
Hey, did he hit you and try to be your friend?
No, he didn't. His new wife put him on it. He didn't know anything. We got Facebook, but okay, Dad.
I said my dad, my dad and my mom.
They your friends?
Yeah.
Oh, you a good man, Charlie Brown.
My name is Jerome Love, and I'm the president of the Texas Black Expo, which is the largest African American empowerment festival in the state of Texas. The Texas Black Expo began in 2002, 2003. My actual first show was in 2004. And the vision was really to just bring the community together. I mean, 10 o'clock this morning, we had a few thousand people waiting to get in, and we had Tom Joyner. He hosted a line dancing competition. In our health pavilion, we've had many screenings for women and children, immunizations. Darren Henson is here. And of course, the tickets are just flying off the shelf for our old school R&B concert this evening with Morris Day and the Time, Regina Bell, and MC Light. So things are going extraordinarily well.
It's like you see the videos put up on YouTube of all these like media interviews and stuff, but to see it actually happen and just the little details that go into it, like having like his water there and like snacks for like him and his people to like get if they wanted. And it was really cool just to see like everyone asking questions and putting like an experience to the video that you would see on YouTube if it was posted.
Cool. Greetings. How's everybody doing? Yes. So quiet.
I know, why are you so quiet? Excuse me.
How the kids?
Sorry.
They're good.
So
How your kids? Great. Just finished college.
That's what team we are part of the team we have brother.
Okay.
If there's something you don't want to talk about, let me know. I'll tell them now. I'm playing. Alright, I guess you guys are good. You guys want to talk?
So yeah, how we doing it? I mean, I'm sorry if y'all don't want. I mean, it's definitely an honor and pleasure to be here in Houston. I mean, to be able to come and obviously fellowship with the community and you know, there's a few reasons why I'm here. One, first and foremost, obviously to share my time and efforts with the community, but there's some other things that we're doing in the entertainment space as well that through my company, Incredible. We're bringing a few artists here to perform and showcase that are signed to my record label, but then at the same time, tapping into the city of Houston to look for talent, because, you know, a lot of people know that that's one of the things that I do on many different levels, from, you know, my television show on NBC to things that I do with Nickelodeon, BET, MTV, and all those various networks. So now what we're doing right now is we're actually looking for young singers, young performers to be a part of a R&B group that we're putting together. Houston right now is just so on fire when it comes to the sense of talent and just actually being a place of curation and tastemakers down here. So I really got excited to say, yo, let's start right where the core of our people are, and it's just on point and on fire right now. And I'm hoping, I'm praying that we're gonna find some talented people out here.
Great, thank you.
So is this a boy band or is this just a band with boys or girls?
See, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that term boy band. Because would you consider New Edition a boy band?
You have so many projects going on. How do you feel right now with Black ownership in media, with you being in the forefront?
Honestly, like I said, being someone who came up in the game at a very young age, just wanting to explore and kind of do as much as I possibly can in front and behind the camera, I found a lot of times where people say, oh no, you can't do that, or you're too young to do that, or there's no one of your color that has ever done that before. So over just the course of the last 2 decades that I've been in the entertainment industry, we hit so many new horizons that I'm just honored to be a part of it. I mean, you know, at 28, I was the youngest television chairman in television history. At 17, I was the youngest staff writer in television history, and actually didn't have anything to do with my skin color, but to know that I've been able to blaze so many trails and kind of break down barriers just in that space of, you know, entertainment without even having to be in front of the camera all the time. I feel it was an honor. So, and to see everything that's going to happen after me and others, and you know, when you think about all the other people that are doing extraordinary things, I mean, just in our generation, we've been able to witness, you know, Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and all, you know what I mean? So I believe that we're going to continue. You know, entertainment is one of those mediums that we just kind of can tap into and continue to control. And at the same time, we can start owning some of this content, because that's what it's all about at this point. I mean, they know we can make it, they know we can create it, but now when we own it and it becomes our intellectual properties to go to pass on to our family members for the rest of our lives, that's what it's all about.
What is some advice you may have for youth coming up?
Advice that I have for youth coming up would have to be, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, sky's the limit, you know. Whatever you have faith in, add a corresponding action to that, and you can do it, you can have it, whatever it is. I mean, I truly, especially being a father now, it's like, I used to go from like, yo, get it all, grind, whatever you can have, but now I kind of step back and say, yeah, you can do all that, but just make sure you find your happiness within it, because a lot of times people get caught up in entertainment or get caught up in trying to be a business person or a CEO and then lose the sight of who they actually are. So if you just continue to maintain your happiness, everything else is there for you. It's great. I was that kid that would comb the phone book trying to find record companies and television studios. So I know what that's like. So now that I've been blessed to be in that position, I feel like the only way that I'll continue to be blessed in that position is to give people opportunities and to give people my time, because you know, you never know what you're gonna miss out here. So the Black Expo is a great oasis for just outstanding people and people who are trying to, you know, have forward momentum in their lives. So that's why I'm here.
You become one of the hardest working brothers in the business in a short amount of time. Yeah. How are you able to maintain that drive?
Honestly, I mean, even at this point, it's funny, people always say, oh, you're one of the hardest working dudes. I want to be one of the smartest working dudes. I mean, I don't like I like to be a business and not just busy. You know, you think, oh, he's got this going on, he's got this going on, but if it's not all coming together to create a true empire or to create a true movement, it kind of falls short. So right now, my goal is that time management and to really say, yo, what do I invest my time in? What should I focus on? Because yeah, I could be busy all day long and see me on television and movies and on the radio, all of that, but it's like if it's not all connected and there's no synergy, then it just looks like you're busy. Family definitely has to come first, and you have to make that your priority. And luckily, I've been blessed to be in a situation in a family that just as hardworking and truly understanding. So we kind of have that understanding of where, you know, you plan out your year. Again, it's time management. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, you know, and then from there. Then you focus on the things that you have enough time to accomplish and set forth. You know, there's certain things based off of how the year goes. I know every summer I'm gonna be doing America's Got Talent, so we got, you know, you got to figure out, you know, that shoots in New York, so you know that's where the family will be for those times. So it's things like that. You just, you know, you sit back and you have that conversation and say, all right, you plan it out accordingly.
After working with Nick Cannon, I can definitely tell you why he's famous. It's because he's good. He was very easy to work with. His team was professional. They were always on time, which I know sounds like, well, they should be expected to be on time, but that doesn't always happen in the celebrity world. But with him, his team was great, and he was the ultimate professional. He interacted with the media well, he interacted with the audience well, he knew what he was there to do and what his audience wanted from him, and that is the best relationship you can have with a celebrity, especially at an event like Texas Black Expo, where you have different ages, people are coming for different reasons. Some people are coming to see the businesses while others are coming to audition for a show like Nick Cannon's new BET show. I can't think of a celebrity I've worked with that was easier to work with. Again, everything he did from start to finish was top notch.
What's poppin'? I go by the name of Nick Cannon, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here at the Texas Black Expo. We're gonna do a lot of incredible things. We're gonna make some stuff happen. I'm here for a few different reasons, but mainly, obviously, the fellowship with my community. So y'all give yourselves a round of applause. But honestly, I got some talented individuals backstage that I want to introduce you guys to that are signed to my record label, Incredible Records. Y'all make some noise. We trip to those. First, we want everybody to stand up. Everybody out to see. Let's go. Y'all ready? Have a great time with me. Y'all make some noise.
As long as there's no sulfates and there's nothing harming your hair. Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you.
My name is Sarah Oyarsi, and I am the intern for Edge Communication, social media intern for Edge Communication.
Charlie Wilson fans in the house?
In Fresno at the Rodeo Arena is the All-American Youth Rodeo Association. The Cowboy Youth Camp starts Monday from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. If you have any kids that's interested in riding, learning, shoeing, training, anything about the horses and a little bit about the countryside of it, that's what we'll be doing.
So I'm going to give everybody sit into the bucket, and I'm pulling out a number. Robert's going to tell me.
More. I want that 60s look, I just spin on it. I didn't do that no more. No, I'm talking about I'm shining my own shoes.
Do it at home.
Yeah.
That's fun. Keep naughty. They didn't know no better. They didn't know no better. They didn't know about being nasty bacteria. Well, cannot then.
So we're at the end of the 2014 Texas Black Expo. It's been a wonderful event. We've seen lots of smiles, we've seen families, we've seen individuals. Everybody's had a great experience. And now for the staff, the hard part really begins. Now we have to break down, we have to measure our results so we know what we want to do more of next year and what we want to do less of next year. So we work out the kinks and keep making this a great event year after year. We look forward to seeing you next year at the 12th annual Texas Black Expo. See you then.
We're in the process of finalizing our numbers, but we were at about 15 to 16,000 plus, but we are finalizing all those numbers, and certainly it was profitable from the aspect of we were able to empower hundreds of businesses, and many of them were able to establish contacts with individuals and make sales, and it was just certainly a tremendous event that was overall beneficial to the entire community as well as the expo.